Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lee Malloy, and I'm going to introduce to some and present to others a young lady that I have the most respect for. Young lady by the name of Miss Susie Faltz, who has a heart to help everybody and anybody she comes in contact with. She's helped a lot of people in this journey. A lot of people have seen some amazing things because of her, simply because she said yes when she got the call and learned a little bit about Life Wave and X39, and she's been on the journey ever since. If I borrowed a saying from the Christian world, she's been on the journey ever since. She's been doing what she needs to do. She's been journeying on and helping people, and people are seeing amazing results, and that's just a blessing. So, as far as I'm concerned, she's a young lady after my own heart. So, as I said before, I'm going to introduce to some and present to others Miss Susie Faltz, all the way from Virginia, and she's a traveling young lady. So, without any further ado, we have Miss Susie Faltz.
All right, Miss Susie.
Good evening, everyone. I am so grateful and so thankful that you all decided to join us tonight. As Mr. Lee said, my name is Susie Faltz, and I greet you from Virginia, the Tidewater area of Virginia. My husband and I, we've been out here for 30 plus years and been loving the Virginia. So I want us to just sit back and just relax for a moment. Have an open mind, because what you're going to hear tonight is something absolutely, some going to say unbelievable, some going to say amazing, some going to say OMG. But what we're going to hear tonight is coming from testimony of each individual who's our guest tonight. And we just want you to just have an open mind again and just have an intent to grasp what we're going to share with you tonight. So, Mr. Lee, who is our senior brand partner, this man, I'm telling you right here, we talking about a man of wisdom, a man that really truly has a heart for people. When we started 3 years ago, I had no doubt that what he was bringing to me was something that we know that we could benefit from, because I trust him. Like I said, he's a man of integrity, and I've been around him from a previous business, and we just been doing business together, and now we're doing life together in LifeWave. And tonight it's all about LifeWave, and I'm gonna tell you the star of the show tonight is a little simple patch. I have one right here that's on right here, and it's called the X39. This patch is has been helping people support their health, and this is what we're going to share with you tonight through testimony of each individual. So tonight, right now, if you would give me a moment, I want to share something with you to give you what do I want to say? Give you some an open mind of what you're going to be hearing about with these patches. So it's give you some more information. I'm sorry, some more information what you can hear about these patches. So let me get my video started now.
We can't see the patch on you. Hello, how are you? This is
Oh, okay, it's right here. Can you see it? Can you see it now?
No.
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 Okay, hold on, hold on. What about? Let's see. Okay, what about here? Can you see the patch here?
No.
Mr. Lee, you have one?
I will get you one here just a second, and I
Oh,
have it for you. I have one right here. Give me just a second.
I got one. I got one. It's okay. You got it. You got
I
it.
have it. I'm gonna show this
Yeah.
little
This is the star of
star
the
of the
show.
show.
Yes.
And please forgive me for not being more ready, but this is the star of the show. It's called the X39.
Mm-hmm.
People are seeing amazing things happen for them. And so this is it.
Yeah.
Non-invasive.
Non-transdermal, nothing goes into the body. So
Thank
sit
you.
back and let me share a little video with you.
In a world searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? To reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisitinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology, this is the team, and this is your moment. This is it.
All right there is what it's all about. This X39, this little simple technology has been helping people to achieve better health. It helps support the wealth of their bodies. And we want to show you and show you how this little simple technology has been helping so many people. Now, our first guest I met 2 weeks ago at our business training conference, and she has an amazing testimony. She's all the way from Greensboro, North Carolina. When she come on, give her your undivided attention because wisdom is going to speak tonight. I want her to come on and share. Miss Catherine Harrelson, would you please come on and share your testimony of what Lifeway has done for you? Okay, thank you much.
Thank you so much, Susie, and thank you all for allowing me an opportunity not only to share with you my story, but to share with you what has happened to my neighbors. We were hoping to have them on this evening, but one of them is in service, and the other one could not be with us. But there is a young man whom I call Ronnie. Everybody else calls him James. But I call him Ronnie because his aunt and I were very good friends. James called me last April, and he said to me, Kathy, I need for you to go to a meeting. And of course, when James calls, I always listen. And he said, I was on 5 units of insulin a day. And I started using a patch called X39. And the doctor reduced me today to one unit of insulin, from 5 units a day to one unit a day. And I said to him, "Oh, James, I need to find out what this is all about, because I have a lot of people with diabetes in my family." So they invited me to this meeting. I get there, and this couple walks in with their mother, 92 years old, and they were sharing her story. And evidently, she had, because of dementia, she had had some problems walking. And I understood that because my sister was in a memory center at the time. But when she started wearing the patch, she was able to come with them that night to tell her story. I knew then that I needed to be a part of this business, and not only that, just to help people heal. Because one of the things that I know from working in government all of my life, public policy basically drives our pharmaceutical industry. And as a result of that, I am just happy to know that there is a way, through someone who believes in and has the faith, that we can take care of our own bodies. So I ordered the patch and I started wearing it. I had had cataract surgery. And after my cataract surgery, my ophthalmologist kept telling me that I was 20/20. I could see anything, still can. But for some unknown reason, I kept feeling like I had a piece of trash in the right side of my eye. And I kept telling Dr. Gickengak that it was there. I said, maybe it's a piece of my eyelid or something. And he said, no, we can't find anything. Well, after wearing the patch for 6 weeks, I don't know what happened to whatever it was in my eye, but it just vanished. And I no longer have whatever it was that was obstructing my vision. So shortly after that, Dr. Smith, who was a professor at A&T, he's retired now, came to my house because they were mowing my lawn. And I looked out, and I'd known him for years. And when I saw him walking up the driveway, he was walking all bent over and he had a cane. And I said, "Dr. Smith, what is going on with you?" And he said, "Just life." So I said, "Come into my house. I have something for you." And I gave him a pack of X39s, and he started using them. About 4 weeks later, he called me one evening and he said, "I'm afraid of you." And I said, "What is it?" He said, "I walked to my mailbox and back in my house and didn't just realize that I didn't have my cane."
Mm.
Then about 3 weeks after that, they came back. 2 or 3 weeks later, they came back to mow my lawn, and he came in, and we were sitting here talking. And when he got up, I have these mirrors on my wall in the den. And when he got up to leave, I said, "Dr. Smith, you are standing straight up." And he looked in the mirrors and he said, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe it." Well, fast forward to last week. He went to the doctor. They had him on 2 blood pressure medications. They had him on something for his A1C, and he was taking some other medications. Anyway, he went to the doctor last week and he called me and he said, "The doctor just relieved me of all of my meds." And he told me not to come back for an entire year. And he had been going to the doctor about every 3 months.
My God.
Wow.
It is amazing. This patch is just really, really awesome. I tell everybody, just the clarity that I have now on a daily basis. I am 83 years old.
Oh, good.
In June 10th, I will be 83 years old.
Mm.
And I tell people that I can remember things that happened years and years ago, but I'm also very focused. Um, I go to my office every single day, or if I'm not at the office, I'm here working on my computer doing something because the energy level is just something that I'm not used to.
Wow.
And Miss
Thank
Susie, would you
Yes,
like for me to share a little bit about Kelvin?
please do. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Calvin has been very sick for many years. They had to remove some of his internal organs, and he also has Crohn's disease. Well, I'll say had Crohn's disease. And Dr. Smith actually asked him to come see me. And he came the day he came. I never will forget it. I was so afraid that he wasn't going to be able to walk up the steps at my house. He was so sick. And when I went to hug him,
Looking at, sitting out here looking,
Can you
just
please
sitting out
mute
here
the
looking.
line? Can everyone please mute the line so we
Sit.
get our undivided attention to the guests
I
tonight?
know where we sit. I heard something.
Can everyone please mute their lines? I'm
so
sorry.
it was really interesting. He came into the house. He and I sat and talked for a very long time. And I told him, I said, you know, I can look at you and tell that you believe in the Heavenly Father. And I said, you know, I come from a Baptist minister's home, but my mother was a nurse. And I had
Can't hear.
Hold on, hold on, you just got muted. Hold on. Hold on, Miss Catherine, you just got, unmute your line, Miss Catherine. Somehow we just got you muted.
okay.
There we go. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. And so he and I talked for a very long time, and he was telling me about his illness and everything that was going on with him. He said he hadn't been able to travel with his family for a very long time. And so I told him, I said, Kelvin, I would really like to try the patch on you, but I'm also going to suggest to you that instead of trying to take a multivitamin like most people recommend, I would like to recommend a liquid vitamin for you to take with your X39, and it's called Solid Gold. It's a liquid vitamin. You have to get it at a health food store or at Whole Foods. And I said, because it has all of the fruits and vegetables in it that you're supposed to have in your body per day, it is going to help you heal much faster. Well, I guess you know, Kelvin was with us in Atlanta last weekend. That was the first time he had been able to travel in many, many years. And he constantly says, your health is your wealth, because he says he feels better than he has ever felt. He's off of the doctor's medicine now, and he goes in for his checkups every 2 or 3 months because of his circumstances. But he says that he feels like he can do things now that he has never done in many, many years. His boys, one is in college as an engineering student, and they are so proud of him because he's even able to go out to dinner with them. He's able to go to games with them. And those are the kinds of things he hadn't been able to do in many years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I want to say first, thank you, Miss Catherine, for sharing your testimony and that of your neighbor and Mr. Kevin. And I also had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Kevin and Dr. Smith at our training. And if you would see Kevin today, you would not know this gentleman has been through so much health issues. And just to say, that using this X39 helped support his wellness. And I'm going to stop right here and just do a disclaimer. Lifeway makes no intent to treat, cure, diagnose, or heal any sickness or diseases. These are the testimony of the person that you're hearing from right now. They wanted to share what LifeWave has supported their health and their wellness. So with that said, Miss Catherine, you have been a blessing, and I want to say thank you again for sharing the opportunity with so many people like Kevin and Dr. Smith, because it is much needed to get the word out, and you're doing just that. So keep on doing this work. Like we spread the gospel of Jesus, we spread the good news of Lifeway X39. So again, blessings to you and all your endeavors in Lifeway. I appreciate you. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so very much. And, you know, it's so interesting because this little bit of light, that's why you wear it 12 hours on and 12 hours off. We don't get enough sunshine. And my mother used to say, I remember when we were outside all day long. Well, you know, we are, although there's a disclaimer, I can say the light is your life. And as long as we stay in the light, we can just thank and praise the Lord every single day for all that He is doing.
And I concur. I concur. Thank you. And then
You're
I just
welcome.
say wisdom is going to speak tonight. So I hope everyone had an open mind and listened to wisdom tonight. So again, thank you, Miss Catherine. You've been a blessing. Thank you so much.
You're certainly welcome. You're
Yeah.
certainly welcome.
So now we want to bring on another guest tonight, all the way from Maryland, I believe it is Maryland.
Accokeek, Maryland.
Accokeek, Maryland. If I can get Miss Diane Flowers to come on and see her on, share your testimony, what Lifeway has done for you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Diane Lovett Flowers, and I live in Accokeek, Maryland, with my husband and granddaughter. I've been through many health challenges. As of recent, I've had a total of 3 strokes and had to learn how to walk, talk, and write again. And my last surgery for my back was a fusion surgery back in August. And so I had a clamp, something they put in my back. Then I was in so much pain. Um, I just didn't know what to do. So that went away. But from that, just my sciatica started hurting. And when the doctor says, "Oh, you have a bursitis," I says, "Well, that's not bursitis. I know what sciatica feel like." So, and I went to the hip doctor because the back doctor told me to go to the hip doctor. And so the hip doctor says it's bursitis. And so the PT, physical therapy that I was in, sent me back to the back doctor. So I go back there on Tuesday. However, Rose, what is Rose's name? Rosa Williams. She's, what part of Virginia she lives in?
Newport News.
Newport News. Well, she happened to reach out to me because it was another business that I was in, and just to check on me after a year or so. And she was telling me about the patch. And I'm like, "What patch?" And she says, "Well, I was in so much pain and I just put this patch on and my pain immediately went away." I says, "Well, I'll try anything." I'm asking, I'm waiting on the patch, and I'm waiting on the patch for about a month. And I said, "I tell you what, why don't you just give me the number and I order the patch myself? Or what do I need to do?" So she put me in contact with Susie, and the rest is history. I put that patch on, and I haven't felt no sciatica, no lower back, no nothing since. And also from the strokes, I haven't driven in almost 3 years, and I was able to drive to it's like an hour and probably about an hour and a half from here. Take my husband. Well, he drove because he didn't trust me to drive to the hospital for his treatment. And then so my sons, their home burned down, almost down. And so they're in a hotel. They have to be in a hotel for about a year. And they have to be in a well, they was waiting for the house they had for them to get ready, and that's ready now, but they got to be there for a year before they can get back into out their home. And so I drove there to sign some papers because I own a home. And and so when I got there, they ran out the house and they says, "You okay?" I says, then first when the other one backed up, Justin says, "Is that mom?" And Joseph says, "It looked like her." And he says, "Is that you in that Cadillac, mom?" I says, "Well, yeah, who else is gonna be?" And so Justin told Joseph, he says, "She's alert. She doesn't look real because she's alert. She's smiling and she looks like a real person."
Wow.
And it says, "Is that patch still on you?" I says, "Well, yeah, I put a new one on." It says, "Well, thank you, Jesus," because they couldn't believe it. So, and I wasn't cloudy. My mind wasn't cloudy. And I wasn't, everything just seemed just refreshed. And I know my husband and the doctor had stopped me from driving because I got to an intersection in Waldorf, Maryland, and I couldn't remember what state, country. I says, "Well, wait a minute, is this Germany or is this Fort Lauderdale? Is this Miami? Is this Georgia?" And every place as I live, I'm like, "Where am I?" I just couldn't. And I called him, and he was at Walter Reed Hospital in Bethesda, and that's about almost 2 hours from here. And he says, just pull into the gas station. There's a gas station right next to you. Just pull into that gas station. I'm at the red light. I'm holding up traffic because I didn't know what to do. And he says, just pull into the gas station and wait for me. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, and I start praying. I says, "Lord, I'm not waiting here no 2 hours for him to get out." But he hadn't even finished his appointment. So lo and behold, my memories came back to where I was. And I says, "Let me get in his car and let me get home." And at that point, he says, "Okay, you're not driving no more." And right as we bought the car, I backed the car to the garage and I backed it into a tractor trailer, into the bolts of the tractor trailer's wheel. And I thought nothing of it. He says, "You know what you did?" I says, "Yeah." He was in the wrong place. He said, "No, you was in the wrong place," because he was in the middle of the cul-de-sac. I didn't see any of that. Wow. And I was with my granddaughter right after then, and I ran into the back of a truck of a guy. Wow. And she says, "Grandma, did you not see that guy? Did you not see this? He stopped." I says, "What guy?" She says, "Don't you see the truck in front of you stop?" I said, "I didn't see a truck." Wow. And so what I was having a silent seizure. My doctor says I have silent seizures. And they was reacting like strokes. And so they says, "Well, you can't drive." And she says, "Well, I'm not riding with you." And to make a long story short, once I put that patch on, everything came back clear. And majority of the time, I'm in bed for months. For the past couple of years, I've been mostly in bed. But since I put that patch on, I've been out and about. In fact, I went to the mall today, and I just feel like a new person. And I gave one to my son, and he's what is he? He's a physical therapist. And so he called me and he says, "Mom, what is that thing you gave me?" He didn't know anything about the patch. I had left the patch at the hotel with my other son. And he says, "Joseph gave me this little thing to put on." And I put it on and like, wow, something like went through my body. He says, "What is that thing?" He says, "It's like electrifying." And Susie was on the line, and we on the phone so much. She was on the phone with me, and she told him. And so it was all, we was all excited about it. And then he called last night. Was that last night, Susie? A night before last with a friend.
Friday night.
Yeah. And what did the guy tell you?
He wanted some patches because Justin had put the patch on him, and he got relief.
Right then. And he says he couldn't bend down, I believe, because my memories, because I had antegrade amnesia, because my memories had gotten bad, and I'm in therapy. I'm in all this therapy, and I'm in all this physical therapy, mental therapy, and everything else. And with this patch, I tell you, it has, I've been through so much. This is the best thing, the closest thing to meeting Jesus. Right. I tell you.
Wow, Diane.
So I'm so excited. And so, I carry patches with me now. I went to the mall I had a patch with me in my purse.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I gave it to the lady in the store. She was holding the bag. I said, I think I might be able to help you. And I'm gonna give you my telephone number. Put this on and call me. I didn't ask for hers. I said, put this on because you will call me.
Wow. That's what we do. That is exactly what we do. Oh, Diane, I thank you for sharing your testimony. You have amazing and unbelievable testimony. You're just to say that you're driving now.
I'm
And
driving.
yes,
I
wow.
also have the death certificate. When I was a child, I was thrown off a bus and I was announced dead at the site. And so my brothers and sisters, they covered me up. A hearse came and picked me up, and my parents would not let the mortuary, would not let the hospital release me to the mortuary until the mother of our church come and pray over my body. And when she came, they said she prayed about 3 hours. And the only thing I can remember, I'll be 65 in a few months. I can remember that I made an A in, I was 10. I made an A in science and I made an A in social studies. That's all I remember from that day to this day. And so, all I can say that God is real. And then he has people that's out there. Some folks don't believe in medicine. Some people don't believe in this, that, or the other. But he also have angels and he have given people talents to go out and do things and create things to heal people.
Mhm.
So, and like my aunt says, well, I got to read up on this. I'm not gonna put that on me. She's a minister. She's a preacher. She says, I said to read all you want to read. I says, won't you put it on you while you're reading?
That's right. Wow, Diane, this is powerful right here. And I want to say right here, LifeWay makes no claim to treat, cure, heal, diagnose, or prevent any sickness or diseases. This is Diane's own personal testimony, and she's so super excited to share what these patches has done for her. And you can't keep her shut up. She is telling everyone that wants to hear, she's telling the good news of how this patch has helped her wellness and supported her wellness. So again, Diane, I thank you for sharing your amazing testimony because I'm just in awe right now. I really am. And you look amazing. Thank you so much. And keep on doing the good work and keep on patching because you have some work to do.
Yeah. So now if it turn my gray hair black, I know it's really, really, it's
we,
really going on.
we can't make any promises, but we'll just say keep patching, okay? Wow.
I sure
Thank
will.
you.
You can't stop me.
Thank you so much. That is truly a blessing. So
My
again,
son may be on. I don't know. I
um,
told them to get on.
okay.
Did you see Justin or Joseph? I
Not
mean,
yet.
yeah.
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
So, but if they want to come on and want to share the testimony, they're more than welcome to. But again, I wanted to open up the line now to other brand partners and see that they want to share what Lifeway has done for them. If anybody wants to come on, please unmute your line and show your camera so we can hear your testimony. Don't be shy now. Just unmute your line and share your testimony. Show your camera. All righty. No one wants to share? Okay. Well, this is going to conclude the testimonies for tonight. Oh, we have someone? Did I hear someone? Okay. This is going to conclude the testimony part of the call tonight. But now what I want to do is turn it back over to Mr. Lee, our senior brand partner, to see, do you have any closing remarks for tonight before we close out tonight?
Well, I just want to thank everybody for sharing. And I'll tell you, if I wasn't a brand partner, I'd have got a paper and pen and I'd have signed up all over again. But I'll tell you, just to hear people in their own words and to realize how good God and the patch has been to them is just mind blowing. And these are things that, that sound too good to be true, but when you listen to people and where they've been, you can't help but say, thank you. You know, I know what the patch has done for me, but when you hear it from other people, I know that we are doing God's work. I feel that it's something that it's our responsibility to share and patch as many people as humanly possible, because people are looking for something. They just don't know what they're looking for. And we have an answer for them. And we will continue to do. And I want to commend the two young ladies that spoke and shared their testimonies. I want to commend you because I see every opportunity you get. You don't let it pass. You patching and telling, you telling and you patching. And that's what this is all about. So we so appreciate you. And I just like to thank Susie for taking time out of her busy Sunday to host this Zoom. We also would like to let you know that if you can, come back on the third Sunday, because we'll have another Zoom on the third Sunday. And people need to hear what's going on. You know, in the time that we're living in and how gas prices and this and that and everything is up, and how people have lost insurance policies and benefits. The patch is a lot cheaper than paying some of the co-pays that I've heard of. And so we know what's happening with this. So we greatly appreciate you. So if you can, invite somebody out on third Sunday. We're going to do this all over again. And just want to let you know, we certainly appreciate you. It's been a joy. I mean, for me to hear these testimonies, it's like the first time that I've heard testimonies. And you always, when you listen to the testimony, you hear some new stuff,
Right.
some new adventures that people had, some new deserts that people come through and come out of. God is yet good. He's just good. And we give thanks to Steve Smith for using his wisdom that God gave him and taking the Bible and creating what's called the X39. It's called the X39 because my understanding, it was the 39th try that he came up with this patch and got it correctly. So he named it the X39. So just want to thank everybody for being here. And I mean, there's no better way to conclude our Zoom today on the notes of what we've heard. So you guys have been a blessing to us. So Susie, if there's anything else you have to say, I mean, that's it for me. I'd like to see everybody back on the third Sunday with guests.
Yes, I concur, Mr. Lee. Thank you so much for your remarks. And truly, this has been a blessing to me and my family. And I thank Ms. Lee for sharing the opportunity with us. And this is what we have to do. We have to share this opportunity with so many people out there. For all our guests tonight, please get back with the person who invited you on this call tonight and tell them. Really don't wait for them to call you. You call them and you tell them you want to get these patches on you. You want to at least try them, at least 30 days, at least 3 months, because with long-term use, you're going to get results. So get back with the person, and I'm going to leave you with this. Above all things, I wish that you prosper and you be in good health, even as your soul prosper. In Jesus' name, you all have a great night.
Amen.
Good.
Have a
Thank you
truly
so
blessed
much.
Man, great call. Great
Amen.
call.
Thank you
Great
all for inviting
testimonies.
me.
Great testimonies.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Catherine. Thank you
You're
all for
certainly
joining on the
welcome.
call. I appreciate
Thank
every
you.
one of you. Thank you.
Okay.
Remember, get back
Good
with the
night,
person.
everybody.
Good night.